Okay. Hello, my friends. Today we are going to dive into the topic results. This purpose of this project is to search for the question, for the answer to the question, how do we create results in organization and also in our personal life? Today I have a special guest for you. We have a master black belt and a trainer for Lean Six Sigma, a mother and a great person to have around. Have I missed anything, Alexandra Niculae?
Thank you so much. You make me blush. Thank you, Ionuț, for the invitation to be here with you today and to discuss about this, I would say, amazing topic. And I don't think I'm exaggerating with anything, because actually it is something that you can apply in your day-to-day activity at your home with your kids, in your personal life and in your job. I mean, to make things easier for you, because this is the aim of everyone, to make it easy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you present us something about Enviso and what kind of activities are they handling? Because I had the privilege and the honor to have participated in the training of Alexandra Niculae, and I want also to share the value of the activities which they work with.
Yes, so we are a Romanian company, and we have offices in Romania, but also in UK. Our main activity is actually training and consultancy for continuous improvement, for Lean Six Sigma, business process management, business process modeling and notation 2.0. Design thinking, lean management, agile, sustainability, innovation. So we are very, very keen on improving things, as you see. So it is a really interesting activity what we are doing, because it's not just training when we are delivering training. So as you already saw, because we are talking today and our training was, I think, months ago. So we keep in touch with our with our partners, because it's not just a relation between a trainer and a trainee. So we think to our customers as partners in continuous improvement, and it's very nice to see how things are growing in their organizations. So besides the training part and consultancy part, we are also developing relationships with our clients, with our customers. And it's also nice because you have the chance to travel the world to see different companies, different industries, and it doesn't matter actually the industry. If it's in banking or if it's in, I don't know, logistics or production, mainly people are struggling with the same problems. So
okay.
You can.
So if like a beginner will be watching this interview and would like to know what would be the value which innovation and continuous improvements could add to their business.
I like to tell everyone that all these methodologies, like for example, let's take Six Sigma. You have to look at them as a toolkit. So whenever you are facing problems in your processes, as I said, even if you work in banking, in finance, in HR, in production, you have this toolkit near you. And whenever you encounter some problems, you know which tool to pick up. Of course, there are a lot of tools, a lot of methods that you can use. And of course, people who are working in service industry, they are saying, oh, come on, Lean Six Sigma, it's for production. Of course, it was born in a production environment. However, you have tools that you can use at home. You can use in your I don't know, finance processes, HR, when you hire new people, when you develop procedure for any kind of process. So it gives you a structure and it gives you some guidelines on how you can start to see the processes from process point of view, not from finding the guilty one who did a mistake in the process.
Okay.
So it shifts this perspective from finding the guilty person to why did I had a chance to make that mistake? How can I make my process better?
Okay. And if I put the point of view like a business owner that who wants to invest in this kind of services, would you say that this kind of services could increase our return of investment?
Of course, yeah, because I mean everyone wants to to increase efficiency. The business owners want to increase efficiency. They want profit. They want market share, of course. And the people within the organization, they want more time for them. They want less frustrations. They want to get rid of those activities which don't add value. Because many times we are facing the situations where people are saying, well, I feel that I'm doing so many things that have no sense at all. We can just stop doing them and the result would be at least the best as it is now. So imagine taking out of the process all those activities who are non-value added for the customer and for your company. You have more time for your employees to engage in something more productive for your company and for your processes. So I would say yes, it brings you a lot of value, and also it empowers people to give the best out of them.
Okay. Can you give us some guiding principles, like if we was to talk about innovation and improvement? There are two different concepts, but I feel there's a strong correlation between them, but also a slightly difference between them. So can you give us some principles in both of the areas?
Yeah. So first of all, you can improve processes, but you can make them even better, let's say like this, with innovation. Because when you improve something, what you are doing, you innovate. So the difference between creativity and innovation, it's that creativity, it's creating something from scratch. You don't have it. You are creating something absolutely new. Innovation is transforming an existing idea into something more valuable. So actually, if you want to improve your process, you are transforming your process into something more powerful, more efficient, with I don't know, more customer added value products or services. So I would say innovation and continuous improvement, they are going hand in hand. You cannot do one without the other. And of course, you need to have openness from management point of view, but also from employees' point of view, because you have a lot of methodology. As I said, you have design thinking, you have Lean, you have Lean Six Sigma, business process management, everything, innovation. The methodology can be flawless, but if you don't have the acceptance of the people involved in your organization, then you are not doing nothing, because it demands you to change something. And in that way, you need to embrace the change. Sometimes, change is bad. If it worked like this for so long, why it would not work from this time on? And yeah, I would say that they are working hand in hand, but you have to have openness to implement them.
Okay, so we would have to have the buy-in from the management and also from the employees, so they would see the benefit of the improvement. I know from my experience, because I started as a worker in line. I saw the benefit also when I improved the process. I had a better working place, and also the company rewarded me when I give ideas to have the improvements. So it was a win-win situation. And from the standpoint of the process improver, the guys who's making the change agent, it's also good to have like a success story,
Yeah.
which helps the people to say, hey, it was bad before, now it's okay. They don't want to give us more work, because this is like a fear from the worker. They want to improve, they want to make us work more or something like this. But at the end, nobody is pushing anybody. Also from our boss says, hey, don't tell to the people to work faster or anything, just improve the processes. You don't have to do this.
Yeah.
So yes.
Sorry.
No.
And also you have sometimes you have this fear coming from the employee's point of view, because they are saying, okay, why do we need to improve? If I'm analyzing a process from value added activities and non-value added activities, and I need to take out the non-value added activities, but I have been doing these activities for 3 years now, and I'm taking them out, what am I going to do from now on? And it's also this fear that I'm losing what I'm doing. And who knows, maybe I'm losing my job. But if you think the other way, you are already overwhelmed with activities. So you already go home and think about, my God, how many things do I have to do tomorrow, because I haven't had the time to finish them today. So it relieves the frustration from the employee's point of view, because they have this ease of performing the process, and also they bring efficiency to the process. And one more thing, because it came into my mind while you were talking, it's about you're involved in a project and you received a recognition, you received a better environment in which you are working. But however, I went to a training once, and as you know, we start our training with presentation and expectations from the training. And one gentleman said to me, well, I'm really, really curious to see what it's about with this training, because all the trainings that we had until now, they were equal to zero, because we were involved in projects. We brought changes to the processes. We implemented projects, but we don't know what happened to those solutions. We didn't have the feedback. We didn't have a follow-up. We don't know if we did good or if we did bad with our projects. So I'm really curious to see what this is all about. And again, this is a pain point, because you involve people in projects, but give them feedback about what is happening with the project. People need recognition for their efforts. So I would say that this is a key element for successful implementation, even if we are talking about innovation or Lean Six Sigma or any other improvement methodology.
Okay, so you say recognition is really important to have whenever we have the project, and also the feedback loop must continue.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask you regarding critical factors for implementation when you do innovation and improvement. So you said one about this
Mm-hmm.
reward to the employee to have the feedback loop. But when we talk about implementation, we must handle a lot of things in parallel. We must manage change. We
Yeah.
must we must make sure that we are on the right track with the project and we don't waste the money and the time and the energy. What would you say would be some critical factors which we must keep our focus when we make innovation and improvements?
Well, regarding this, we need to take into account what's in it for each of the stakeholders,
Mm-hmm.
because you will not receive engagement from the parties involved in the project or in the process, not necessarily in the project, but in the process that you are changing with the project, if they don't see what they are gaining. So we are all humans and we function based on this premise. What's in it for me? I will help you to make this change, but what is my immediate gain? So I need to speak as let's say, as a project manager, or as a project manager. I need to speak the language of top management when I want to, I don't know, to present them the benefits, and I need to know how to speak the language of the people involved in the process when I speak about the benefits. Because if I'm going to the employees and talking about the market share and the profit that this project will bring to the organization, of course, it sounds nice, but it's not something that it's directed to me. However, if I'm talking to them about their time, about their ease of performing the process, they will be more sensitive. And on the other hand, if I'm going to top management and I'm talking to top management about the ease of performing the process by the employees, they will say, oh, okay, it's nice. They will feel more comfortable. But when I'm going and I'm talking about money, they are starting to get very sensitive. And they say, okay, so show me the money and we will make things happen. You will have the green light for your project. So first, you have to identify what is really important for every stakeholder uh, without lying. Yeah. So
Yes.
you just identify what is important for them in order for them to understand why they should get involved in the project. And then, of course, you need, and I'm going back to the reward and recognition. Once you implemented the project, you have to give them credit for their idea, for the effort that they made to implement the idea. And again, one critical factor about this is throughout the life of the project, the principle that Lean Six Sigma is based on is that there is no guilty person for the defects that are happening within a process. Deming, the father of statistics,
Yes.
he said that 85% of defects within a process are caused by the process, not by the people involved in the process. So Six Sigma is trying to stop this blaming culture, because mostly people are acting out of fear. I'm not talking about this problem because if I'm talking about this problem, maybe they are going to think that I was the one causing the problem. I will try to solve it otherwise. I will try to, I don't know. But with Six Sigma, you shift this perspective and you think about the process and why the process allowed me to make that mistake. And in this way, I don't know, you make people to be more open about what are the benefits. The benefits are that everyone understands that we need to work together in order to have results. Top management with the rest of the organization.
Okay. So, if we was to talk about project management, and we say we want to we want to make innovation, we want to make improvement. What do you think there are some key phases which a project must go through in order to create innovation and improvement?
So first you have to clearly identify what you want to improve, what you want to solve. Very clear, prioritize the ideas in terms of course, financial gains, because that's why you are doing everything, but also in terms of how much do I know about solving this issue? Because maybe I have a problem that I want to solve. I have a big idea for a process, but it's not in my power to change it. It's not in my power to solve it. And then I will lose a lot of time trying to solve something that it's not in my hand. So first you clearly state what you want to solve. Then you prioritize the problems that you have, the ideas that you want to implement, and try to get the buy-in of the sponsor, of top management. Again, very important is when you start a project, it's important for you to build your team. You're not alone in this journey, even if it's an innovation journey or Six Sigma. So you have to build your team. You have to receive acceptance for that team and for the time you need to spend on the project, because it's not an abracadabra. You know, you don't solve your problems overnight. It takes time. It's a project. It's a 3 months project, 6 months project. Change is not happening overnight. Then you have to be very clear about the timing. You don't promise benefits to top management with your project, with your big idea. I don't know, let's say I will increase customer satisfaction. I will decrease defect rate by 10% from 60% and so on. But I'm not saying until when, or I don't have a precise timeline for the critical phases of the project. For example, in Six Sigma, the define phase, the measure phase, the analyze, the improve, the control phase. Because once I have this clear timeline, the clear roles and responsibilities which are involved in the process, it gets more easier for me to keep track of the project. Why is that? Because not all projects are going to be implemented. This is a fact. So we are not, we are not dreaming big. We are very with our feet on the ground. Not all projects are going to be implemented, but as I go step by step through the methodology and keep the timeline, I will know exactly the moment when my project is not feasible anymore, stop and go and start all over again with another idea. And then involve all my efforts and all the resources that I have in an idea that will eventually be implemented and give me the results that I want.
Okay. I want to ask you, I just want to highlight something. You talk about team before. You know the acronym for team?
I am not sure.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Okay, I will know it next time.
Okay. Regarding thinking, you know, I see when we're processing the projects, we have a lot of things going in our mind in parallel. We must use a structure to keep all the points so we don't have our brain overloaded. So regarding the thinking, our project management, and also the team, what you think? What are the types of thinking with which we must play and juggle when we want to play with innovation and improvements?
Here we have a very interesting method. I don't know if you are familiar with the 6 thinking hats.
Yes, you show me this.
Yeah. So you remembered from the training. Okay, so six thinking hats. It's a methodology. It's a method developed by a psychologist, Edward de Bono. You have six colors. You have the blue hat. You have the green, the yellow, the red, the white, and the black hat. And every hat, so at its core, the method, it's like every hat represents um, a different attitude that you have in front of a problem that you need to solve. So the blue hat, it's the organized one. It's the one that is conducting the project. You have the green one, which is creative. You have the yellow, which is very positive, very optimistic. The black one, which is critical, and so on. But as time went by, we found different ways of applying this method. So instead of forcing people to act from each hat point of view, from each color's point of view, this other technique, it's based on identifying the dominant hat of each project team member. So you know which one is the most organized, and that ideally should be the project manager. And he has to keep everything in control. Then you know which one is the most emotional, yeah, the red hat. Which one is critical and it's focused on risks. Okay, if we are doing that, these are the risks. You know which one is the creative one, which one is the data freak, let's say, the analyst in the team. So identifying these these dominant hats also it brings you an advantage in your project, because you know in which phase of the project you can make the best of your team members. I don't know if you used it before, or if you had the chance to use it, I don't know, from the training until now, but it has a lot of good results because we maximize the potential of the team members like this.
I could say after the training, I heard before, but I didn't know how to use these hats. But it's interesting how we can juggle with we can filter on project with different types of thinking, uh, and also what you said, using the power of the team to identify the whole perspective, you know, to have a
Yeah.
360 degrees overview on the project. So also when you're creating, because it's sometimes you cannot simultaneously wear all the hats, I think.
Of course not.
It's you must have a really big hat or six hats.
Yeah, or a patched one.
Yes, but it's good to have like a structured way of handling solutions, and also maybe identifying risks and problems.
Yeah. I mean, we all are a mix, you know, of all the different six hats, but one is the main one that
Okay,
we wear every day.
every day. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to come back to the topic of money, you know, because
Okay.
management loves this topic,
Of course.
and we all love this topic. Well, why shouldn't we be honest? I want to say about investment. You know, I was in a visit in an automotive company in Sibiu,
Mm-hmm.
and they have at the entrance they have a sign where they say they use 10% of the netto money, and
Yeah.
they put it in research and development and continuous improvement. So what would you say would be the ideal mix? Is there an ideal mix? So must we continue invest in this topic, or what do you say?
Uh, I don't know if there is a magical formula for
Hmm.
this. What I would say is that for sure it depends on how critical the industry is. Because if we are working in automotive, of course, we need to invest in innovation, in continuous improvement. Now, I'm not saying that all the other domains are not worth investing, but it's the same as with process improvement. You go and improve where it hurts most. So you invest where it hurts most. If you want to be top of the top, first of all, you have to invest in your people. Why I'm saying that? Because I found an article. I don't remember if I told you about this in the training, but let me just find the numbers, because I don't want to say anything. Okay, so in terms of money and investment, it was the study made at the beginning of the year. How much does a company loses in financial terms when an employee leaves the company?
Yes.
So the numbers are very high. So it's like 10,500 up to 18,000 euros for an operator.
Oh.
And yes. And between 45,000 and 150,000 euros for a software engineer.
Oh.
So it's there. That's a lot of money, and you can keep those people who want to leave if you decide to invest in your processes, in your people. So the amount of money that you invest, it's also reflecting on the, let's say, on the quality of the people who remain in your company and who put their shoulder on growing the company. I don't know if 10% it's much, or it's I don't know if it's a too small amount, but I would, yeah, maybe let's say 10-20%. It's a reasonable amount to invest in your company in terms of innovation and continuous improvement. Also, you know that with every project, you have that cost-benefit analysis.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be very careful also when you're making these investments. Is it doable? It brings me more benefits than the money that I'm spending. If yes, then go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you will have more and more returns in terms of the finances. But yes, I would say that 10-20%, it's a good percentage.
I heard this fear of some managers who would say that, what if we invest in people and they leave, you know? And and I was speaking with one of my colleagues and would say, but hey, what if you don't invest in them and they stay?
Yes.
You know, it's crazy. Because I saw in the first line, as I work in the first line, the impact of continuous improvement, innovation, and also about investing in people, investing in time to show them what is the critical value which you need from them. Because sometimes it's crazy. Uh, it happens to me that I work in a place and the people don't clearly know what to do, and when you don't know what to do, you cannot be valuable to the company.
Yeah.
And also I saw like a strong correlation between investing in people and also at the end return of the money which the company makes. And if you invest in the people and if the people are growing, I think also the company is growing. Because if you invest in trainings in 3 years in one guy or a girl or a people, I would say a people,
Yeah.
he's a different person, then he's on a higher level, and he can give you more productivity, he can give you more with less. And he will also recommend the company to his friends. He say, hey,
Yeah.
here I'm growing, the company is taking care of me, we make great things together, I am rewarded for I get credits for the things which I do. And also I think what you said, it has a big impact on the human resources, because it's a big waste. Hey, 10,000 euros, it's a lot of money.
Yeah. Also, it was this study made that so they reached the conclusion that when a person just thinks about updating their CV and looking for another job, their productivity goes down by how much do you think?
10%?
50%.
Oh,
50%. So imagine that I'm just thinking about updating my CV. I'm thinking, okay, here I don't have any chance to grow. I'm going to search for another job. Boom, my productivity goes down by 50%. I'm not doing what I'm able to do because I'm thinking about another job. I'm leaving, and then the company is going to spend, depending on my position in the company, I don't know, 18,000 euros, 2,000, 10,000. It's a lot of money. And really, I was thinking now, but I cannot find one example where we had trainings and projects and people were not enthusiastic about delivering results. Not even one case. So every company that we worked with, we saw this actually in every company that we worked with. People were starting projects. They implemented the projects. Of course, they received certificates, international certification for Lean Six Sigma, for Lean, in a festive environment with top management awarding them for this. And almost everyone in the teams were like, oh my God, I'm so happy that I finally finished this project because now I have the time to start another one. So imagine this culture, because
crazy.
yes, because the company believes in them, they see the results, and they know that they can do even more, and they start to do even more. Yeah,
You,
it's nice to see this.
I totally resonate with you, because when I finished one project, what you said like this, I was waiting for the next project. Hey, I want new challenges, and I was feeling like, hey, I can lift more weights than this. I can do more, and it's crazy. It's crazy, and
Yeah,
this also has an impact on people on their personal life. Because
yes,
I can say this because I was in contact with lean culture and Kaizen, and when you start to think differently at work, basically we cannot say we're a different person at home and different person at work. We're the same person,
of
which we
course.
take them at work and home. And it's crazy to understand and to have the joy to also have these results at home,
Yeah,
because you start to think more systematically. You start to, the problems are not problems or challenges. Hey, it's not like I have to do this problem. It changes also the energy and the states and the results. And
yeah,
I think we are scratching a really important surface of something really big with the innovation and continuous improvement, which can make like a synergy also for the organization and also for the employee, if the management is willing to invest the time and energy to just start a small project, and you will see the returns and you can scale it up. If one project gives you from €1 gives you €5 or €3. Anything after one, it's a win, and you don't lose. Because I saw a statistic when we make this project, when you don't improve, you lose money. This is statistically proven. And you say, no, we are zero. You're not zero. You're down because the prices go up and you are losing the amount of money which you make. You also have inflation. And when somebody says we are fine, we are zero, we don't need continuous improvement, I say, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. Just Google it, and you will find out what it is.
Yeah. That's why, if you remember in the business case, when you propose a project to the sponsor, in the business case, you also need to reflect the losses that your process is, it's incurring if you don't do anything. So if you leave your process like this with the problems that it has, not only that you're not gaining more value, but you are losing. So it's an important aspect. I mean, it's a shift of perspective, like, okay, we are not going to do anything, but what next? We remain the same. No, exactly what you say. We are losing money, we are losing image, and so on. Yeah.
Okay. Regarding innovation, what would you tell us from your experience regarding implementation of innovation? What would be like a top valuable lesson when you will make implementation?
And I would say, don't stop. Even if you have a failure, get up and try it differently. The main enemy of innovation, it's a culture of punishment. You didn't have this great idea implemented. Why didn't you? Why did you do that? Why didn't you? It's like, even if I will have a good idea, a brilliant idea in the future, I will not say it because I'm afraid of your critiques. I'm afraid about the fact that I may think it's brilliant, but it's not brilliant. And you again come on top of my head and say, why didn't this work? Why didn't you do the other way around? Okay, this idea of you didn't work at all. It's killing productivity and it's killing innovation. It's like when you are teaching your kids how to walk, how to talk, how to eat by themselves. If your kid takes the spoon and tries to eat by himself or by herself, and they spill the food, you're not yelling at them. My God, what did you do here? You spilled the food. No, you just let them know how they should hold the spoon and repeat with them until they have the results that you and your kid want. It's exactly the same with innovation. You don't punish people for some ideas that didn't work. Analyze them, see why they didn't work, and then see how you can make them work. For example, I don't know if it's a good thing or not, but this is what I'm using with my kids at school. So whenever they have a bad grade, I'm not that crazy mom that says, okay, why didn't you take a 10? How about your colleague? I'm asking the question, why did you receive this grade? But not as a I don't know, as something bad, but okay, let's see what was so difficult for you to make you receive this grade and how we can make this better in order for you the next time to receive a better grade. And we are working on the things that didn't went good, and we are trying to make them work better. But if you punish people, they will not come with ideas. I don't know if you watched the documentary with Elon Musk with SpaceX. So
Yes.
he tried and tried and tried and tried. Of course, some people may say, and I totally agree with them, he has money to try again, and again. But we are not trying to launch
Yes.
a shuttle. So you have to have the openness of, let's say, of a kid. It didn't work. Let me see how I can do it in another way. Maybe it will work this other way. But I don't need to receive punishments, and I need to receive support from top management in order for me to have this mentality of innovation. And also, I need to work in a company that has a culture of potential failure. As I said, not all projects are going to be implemented. And once I have this culture of potential failure, I accept failure. I don't embrace it, but I accept it, and I work to figure out why did I fail? How can I make it better? So criticism, I think it's a no for innovation. If you want to be an innovative company, stop criticizing and try to support people who are coming with ideas, and try to find different ways of implementing some ideas.
Okay. Okay, we were talking about results, and I want to ask you from your experience if you can give us some principles. If we was to have the question, how do we create results in organization? How would you say, what would be the key principles when we want results, we want low low problems and a lot of return in money, and we want the people to stay, we want everybody to be happy, we want quality, we want productivity. And if we was to talk about an ideal organization which creates results, I'm sure you saw a lot of industries and a lot of businesses. What would you say would be the key principles?
First of all, don't rush, because there are companies who are not so, I don't know, they are not big fans of, let's say, Six Sigma or innovation, because these kind of solutions are taking time to be implemented, and the financial results are not happening overnight. So you have to take your time. Of course, you have methodologies like Kaizen, like Just Do It, where you have the solution in 1 day, in 3 days, in 5 days. You can implement it, you see the results, but those are not, let's say, breakthrough improvements. There are steps in the process. However, if you don't have the time and you rush with your results, you miss the stages of the projects where you thoroughly analyze the problem. You thoroughly analyze the voice of the customer. Because if you want to innovate or if you want to improve, you improve for your customer. Of course, we may say that we improve for money, but the money are coming from the customers. So as long as we are having happy customers, our company it's going to go on and on, you know. And when we improve for our customers. If we are not able to clearly identify the voice of the customer, and let's say, for example, we are working in a bank, and we want to give to our customers a product, a banking product that it's user friendly, and I don't know, they feel like it's they don't pay too much if it's a mortgage, or I don't know. Maybe this can be an error from our point of view as a bank, as a company. Let's say they want more friendly, I don't know, conditions. However, the critical voice of the customer, it's not how friendly the conditions are, it's the time. If I want a mortgage, if I want a loan, I want it now. I want it faster the better. Of course, I complain afterwards that the interest is too big, that this and this and this. But my critical voice, it's I want it now, if it's possible. So one critical aspect, I think it's related to clearly identify the voice of the customer, because in strict relation to the voice of the customers, we are coming with improvements. So pay attention to your customers
Okay.
first and don't rush.
Okay. So we must see, as I understand what you said now, we must identify which are the activities which the client sees valuable and he's willing to pay for it,
Exactly.
and we must innovate in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And also, not necessarily, yes, for what they are willing to pay, or the services or products that are solving an issue in the process, in the life of our customer. Because I just remembered a thing about Bolt and Uber. So you can apparently you can send I don't know packages or luggage or whatever documentation with Bolt. I found out about this by mistake because I was in a rush. I was going to the airport. I had a luggage, and I think I pressed by mistake to package. And when I went to the car, the driver came and took my luggage, wanted to put it in the trunk of the car, and I wanted to go inside of the car because I wanted to go to the airport. And the driver said, "Oh, you are going also?" That was in my mind. I was saying, "What joke is this? Of course I'm going also." And I said, "Yes, I'm going to the airport." And then the driver said, "Oh, because you said here that you have a package that you want to send." Oh, okay. I didn't knew that you have this possibility. It's nice to see that. It's nice to know, because I will not call Fun Courier or I don't know, DPD or so on, because it takes one day even for Bucharest. I will call Bolt from now on. I didn't even knew this option existed. I found out by mistake. So you also need to think about what else you can deliver to your customer, that it's there on the market, but you can deliver it faster and also surprise them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So basically, we are doing like a value innovation.
Yeah.
We are innovating in value because I heard this statistic about 38% of the guys who make value innovation take the most amount of money from the customers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay.
interesting.
Okay, we talked about results in organization, so I want to switch gears and go to our personal life. And I want to ask you, what would you say there are some guiding principles which we can create results in our personal life?
I'm so happy you asked about this, because I started to apply process improvement with my daughters. So I have two daughters, 16 and 13, and I have regular 5S audits in the
Okay,
room.
okay,
They have a weekly alimony. So
okay,
they need to have money to spend, when they go in the park, when they go with their colleagues, and they have a weekly alimony. But it's not for granted, because if they fail the 5S audit, they have to pay me 5 lei.
okay,
So in this way, they know what I know what I'm searching for in the room, like for the clothes to be there, for this to be there, for this to be there. They are very aware about the rules of 5S. And also, Kaizen. Kaizen is saying that you build a habit within 21 days. So my daughter wears contact lenses, and
Okay.
she was all over the place with her stuff there in the bathroom. We had no spare space for us, and then I built like a box for them for her, and I said everything that's related to your contact lenses should stay in this box once you finish with them. And she said, "Oh, okay." um, First day she was not very good, but then she started to put everything in the box, and when the 21 days finished, she received the prize. And I said, well, you see, you had 21 days that you did this. How difficult do you feel that habit of yours is now, um, instead of when it first started? And she said, no, it's very easy now because I know where to put them. I know where to take them from. And I said, okay, so let's implement one new habit every month, and every month you get a prize for every habit that you implement. And then the other one, the oldest one, said, what habits should I implement? Because I also want a prize. So so it's really it's really interesting that yes, I'm applying Kaizen and 5S with them at home, because imagine one home with three women almost, because they are teenagers. They have everything everywhere, so you have to put some limits, and also to build habits, and it's working.
This is good. It's super. It's a good example to use improvement in a personal life. I can relate with you because I also use a little bit in my personal life. I use checklist
Okay.
when I want to do something, and I also use like a visual management when I
Mhm.
wanted to lose some weight, to see if I'm going up or if I'm going up
Okay, so you
with
are
the,
making control charts.
yes, control charts. Yes, I have it
Really
on the phone. Yes.
nice.
Now almost every on the iPhone you have this. You just put the numbers, how much kilos you have, and he gives you automatically the graphic.
Oh, that's nice.
But this is only a small part of the continuous improvement, which can also happen in our personal life,
Yeah.
because I really believe that what we do, we start to become.
Hmm.
And I tell you, when I get into the contact with the lean, and also continuous, also innovation, because what you said before, innovation, it's really related with continuous improvement. uh, I see an improvement in the quality of life,
Yeah.
and also the quality of relationships. So let's put it simple, it puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, that's right. Totally agree with you.
Okay, so I only have one more question. You have some frequent asked questions when you meet new clients, which you have a lot.
Oh, yes, I have. Mm, Almost every client which is not in the production environment is asking us, how can we apply Six Sigma in a non-production environment?
Mm-hmm.
How can we apply lean in a non-production environment?
Mm-hmm.
Because of course this is this conception that lean and Six Sigma, it's production based and you cannot apply it elsewhere. But once you come with examples of where you can use it in services, or as I told you, at home, people are starting to get more curious about how they can use it within the day-to-day activity in services. And also, I don't know how you can use it in hospitals, or how can you use it in sports. And we have some examples also from medical industry, for so healthcare industry, from sports. But most frequently asked questions are, let's say when we are talking about the improvement methodologies and the project charters, because you are having you have a project charter in every methodology. Yeah, even if it's lean, even if it's innovation, even if it's Six Sigma, you have to have a business case. You promise there some financial benefits, and the fear of the customers, of the people involved in the project is like, okay, so if I promise there an amount and I'm not able to reach it, how can I make this project work? So you have to understand the basics of projects, of improvement projects. It's estimated benefits.
Mm-hmm.
You have I don't know, you have space for I don't know, the methodology of Six Sigma, for example. It says that you have plus minus 40%, space to jog with the financial benefits. Also, they say, okay, how can I involve the people in my organization to follow the rules of Lean Six Sigma if we are talking with top management? And the answer is lead by example. Come with them in the training. Tell them what you need from them and why do you want them to get involved in the project. And I think these are the most frequent concerns. How can I stick to the benefits that I promise? You don't have to stick 100%. You have space. It's estimated. It's not fixed. So while you go through the project, you can fine-tune these benefits. How can I make people to follow me in this initiative? Let them see what they are gaining if they follow you. And how can I apply it in my own process? And this is the most difficult part because we are not used to think about processes in a structured way. And it's very difficult for people to start defining their own processes, not because they don't know them, but because they work day by day and we reach that point that we are on autopilot. And it's difficult for them to understand this shift through to thinking from process perspective, not from people perspective. But I think the most frequently asked question is this: how can I apply it in my own process? Because I cannot see anything with my process.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can relate what you said before because there's a big difference working inside the process and working on the process.
Yeah.
There's a really big difference to over perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, Alexandra, I want to thank you for your
Thank you.
time and your energy and also the value which you bring to us. People can find you online.
Yes.
They can Google it. They will find you.
They can Google me. I'm on LinkedIn, Alexandra Niculae. I'm on the website enviso.ro.org, lean6sigma.ro. So they can find me.
If we have any viewers which they will have questions, I will send you the link of the video and maybe we will answer all of their questions.
For sure, we'll answer all of the questions. we are not discriminating anyone.
Okay, so we have 100% quality check.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
Thank you,
And
Alexandra. Yes.
thank you also.
Okay. We will see us again. So we keep in touch.
Sure.
And I wish you success with all your projects. And I just want to thank you and to tell you that you're making a difference in the quality of people which you get into the contact.
Thank you so much, Ionuț. And I hope the next one will be face-to-face. If I'm ever coming to, so no ever, because I will, but when I'm coming to Sibiu, for sure I will let you know.
Give me a ring.
For sure. Thank you so much for this talk. Bye. Have a nice evening.
You also. Bye.
Bye.